as we approach the last game of the NFL season for the Buffalo Bills. Big picture, was this a successful year for these guys?
In one way, yes, because as we're talking about this now, you would say, when you look at the team, what did you want the end result to be? That you look like you think you have a quarterback and you can build around him, which is a huge thing. And we talked about at the beginning of the year, with all the mistakes, he's staring at me, with all the mistakes that Sean McDermott made about quarterback, he's lucked out. That Josh Allen has played as well as he has and has come back around after that injury, after the terrible way they handled the quarterback situation at the beginning of the year, and given everybody hope, keep it down, given everybody hope that he can be the guy and the guy to build around. So if you just sort of closed your eyes for the mess that it was for the first half of the year and said, the team's got a losing record, but they showed promise and they've got a quarterback going forward, then yes, I'll give them a success. But they're very lucky, fortunate that they ended up this way.
Let me ask you boys a question, right? If you meet a guy who has $10 million because he started a successful company, you would call that guy successful, right? If you met a guy that had $10 million because he hit on a lottery ticket, would you call that guy successful? Because this season has come down to the coaching staff lucking out that Josh Allen was way better prepared than even they thought to be an NFL quarterback. You started Nate Peterman opening day.
You're right.
You have played Derek Anderson. You've played Matt Barkley. I can go on and on and on. The only thing that's good about, I'll give you this, the only thing that's good about this season is we figured out that Josh Allen can be an NFL quarterback.
Right.
But everything behind that, the coaching staff, terrifies me because he's going to come back next season, and that's another year, if this coaching staff can't get it together, that Josh Allen is with a bunch of people that he won't be moving forward. I do not think this season is a success at all, with the exception of the quarterback, because again, outside of Josh Allen, Matt Milano, Trey Edmonds, what do you have to build on moving forward?
You start the season with goals, you finish it with results. How do you see all this?
Well, for me, I do like Sean McDermott. I think the direction, and I'll share a little bit deeper at the end, but is that I think he understands what they need to do. The thing that's a little bit unfair in pro sports is that he came in under some really dire circumstances with tough things with the salary cap. And I think that the real key is what can they do in the next draft, and can they attract some free agents to fill some of the holes? Because in some ways I look at, I don't know if I consider a total successful season, but with the people that they're putting on the field, the fact that they've won 5 times blows my mind. After I saw the first 2 weeks, I'm like, I don't know if they're going to win a game. Yeah. So I give them some credit there.
Okay, but to that point, I saw a quote earlier this week from one of the guys in the room, and I forget which Bills player it was, but he said, without a doubt, Sean McDermott gets more from the guys he puts on the field than any other coach I've seen. But you still put those guys in the field. You still have them in those formations, right? Like, it's great that you're able to motivate these guys, but the choices that you're making and the positions that you're making terrifies me. And just because you have these draft picks and the ability to sign guys doesn't mean you're going to hit on the folks that are coming in, which, let's be real, he has a tendency to miss on a lot.
It sounds like a simple thing, but just let me roll this out. I think, there's a lot of teams that aren't playing as well with bad records as Buffalo is right now. He's got these guys. They're out there playing hard.
He's been able to do that. Yes, he's been able to do that. He's also been able to look at Robert Foster. That is the perfect example of what he wants. And he had a guy in undrafted. They liked him. They ended up having to cut him. He came back motivated, and he's played well. The transition to what Pat's talking about is getting guys who are the top players, who you draft or the free agents, and you being the coach that can't just cultivate a young guy and get him to play pretty well. It's to get a good player and get him to play great football. That'll be the key for him.
You don't win a Super Bowl with 22 Rudies. It's impossible. And I feel like he wants to win a Super Bowl with 22 Rudies.
In your mind, is this coaching staff salvageable, or are we looking at disaster down the road?
You want my honest opinion? I think it's a disaster. I think that at the end of next season, we're going to be sitting here going,
you could be.
The tells were there the whole time. We wanted to have consistency, which is fine. I get that from the Bagulas. Let's give him 3 years. But I think at the end of next season, we might be sitting here going, what the hell were we thinking?
Well, and what Allen has done has set the bar a little bit higher. To Pat's point, he's shown more. Now you're going to expect more, and they've got to progress next year.